Hello, everybody. Today is Lunch and Learn. The topic today is one that's going to be a complete game changer. Now, you might already be really good at this, but if this is not your strength, this is one of the things that can absolutely put you out of business. So if this is something that you, on your skill set level, you don't feel you're great at, you need to reach out to your director and get some resources because this is a make or break. And so the topic today is follow-up. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard that quote, and I should have pulled it up, but it's basically 80% of the sales go to the people that make the 7th and beyond call. So let's say you do a mass text or a mass call, let's say you call 30 of your customers on PCP, and somebody picks up the phone on the very first call and they order product. That only happens about 3% of the time. So when that does happen, it's like celebrate. Then there's the second phone call or text. And so anyway, to go on, follow up in every area of your business is key. Sharing the opportunity, booking, coaching, and all of that. So I'm going to go through a list with you really quick. So you're going to want to take some quick notes, but these things are key. Now, first, I want to say this. To me, it doesn't matter what tracking sheet you use, but if you think you're just going to remember and that's your system, it's not going to work. Just saying, oh yeah, well, I'll remember who I facial this week. You won't. And you want to set yourself up for, could you use the system you're using? If you were doing an average of 10 faces a week, 10 faces or 3 parties a week, would your system still work? And if your answer is yes, then great, keep using it. But if you want to have a system that when you're doing 10 faces a week, 40 faces in a month, and that you're doing at least 3 parties a week, your system will go and flow and it's working fabulous. Now, when it comes to team building, if your goal is to add at least 3 team members a month, which means you need to talk to 15. Do you have a system to track those 15 people? So if you were talking to, let's say 15, let's just say 20, make it even. So let's say you were talking to 20 people a month about the Mary Kay opportunity. Is whatever system you currently have to track, who did you ask to watch a video? Who jumped on the sharing event last night? Who did you send a video to? Who did you sit down for coffee with 2 months ago? Do you have tracking on that? Or are you going to think, oh, I'll remember who I met at Starbucks? Because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to remember. Trust me. So I've had to come up with systems because I was one of those people who thought, I'll remember that, no big deal. And people were falling through the cracks, not only prospects, customers, and that's not good. I've worked too hard to build an impeccable reputation. I don't want to mar my reputation by having people fall through the cracks. Is my system foolproof? No, I'm human. So every once in a blue moon, I mess up. And there is a script that National Sales Director Emeriti B. Millslegel gave me, and I will dig it out and I will repost it if you're interested in it. And it's to send to clients who you've had as customers from more than a year ago and you dropped the ball. Let's say you sold somebody a miracle set 2 years ago. For whatever reason, you didn't reach back out to her. So she's got the miracle set. Hopefully she used it and loved it. She hasn't reached out to you and you have not reached out to her. Okay. I know that we all have people like that. So now they're like, there's an elephant in the room, right? Like, now what do you do with her? It's been 2 years. Do you call and go, hi, do you remember me? So there's a great text that B put together, and don't contact B for it, please, but I will find it and send it so that it's specifically designed for people who fell through the cracks. And so it might even be something that you would take your PCP list and say, who on here has not bought from me in at least 9 months that I haven't reached out to? And that would be the perfect way to reach out to them, or even longer than that. Okay, so let's just get that one addressed and out of the way. So let's talk first about sharing the career opportunity. What do you need to track? So let me ask you a question. Are you giving them an incentive to attend an event or watch a video within a certain amount of time and get back to you? If not, you might really consider that. So I always do a thing called like listen for a lip gloss or listen for a lipstick. If they will listen to my recording, my hotline, or my video that I send them on Leah Lachlan, whoever the video is, right? If you send them that and they watch it within 24 hours and text you their first impression, you want something, you want to be able to call them, but you want them to text you, say, well, if I get a text from you, Carolyn, in the next 24 hours, just text me back that you watched it and text me back the one thing that impressed you the most, and I'll automatically give you any lip gloss you want for free. And you've only got 24 hours, so you have till noon tomorrow. And so you give them an incentive. You got to have it be something that's enticing enough that they want to do it. Okay. Or you could offer them something more significant, maybe a half price item. Like you could get them their CC cream at half price or something. I don't know. I think women are motivated by free. So I give away free lip gloss. If she's sharp, I mean, you guys, come on, seriously. So have an incentive. That's the point of the whole thing, is have an incentive for her to watch, because nothing's more frustrating than you send her a video, right? You text her a video and it's crickets. And you say, well, hey, I can't wait to get your opinion. Please watch this and let me know. 2 days go by, 3 days go by, 4 days go by. You've probably lost her. Now, maybe not, but more than likely. Okay. Or the excitement has gone from high to like, that kind of a thing. So it's really, really important. And let's say she did watch the video, but she just never told you. Well, now she watched it a week ago. She's not even going to remember what was on the video from a week ago. So if that happened and you asked somebody to watch a video a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, and she says, oh yeah, I watched that video, I'll give you my feedback. She's not even going to remember the name of the person on the video. So if that's the case, I'd say, well, here's the deal. I know you already watched it, but would you be willing to watch it again? And I'll even throw in a free shadow, because I know you watched it once, but I really, really want it to be fresh in your mind, because I really want your feedback. Or I'll say, well, I know you watched that one, but I have a different one I'd really love for you to watch. And I'm happy to give you an additional little whatever, because I don't care what she watched. She's not going to remember what she watched. So with that said, so did you offer her an incentive? I usually do 24 hours. If it's that busy holiday weekend or things are really crazy and you do it on a Friday night, you might give her till Sunday at noon. That's up to you, but give her a time and gift incentive. When you do it in 24 hours, you're not asking her to make a decision. You're just asking her to watch something and get back to you. All right. Now, what happens if she jumps on a virtual event? So let's say she jumps on one of our sharing events that we do, and she hears the national speak, or she hears your national or Janice or whoever. And let's say it was last night. Okay. So now what do? Well, you don't wait for her to contact you, right? You would immediately, as soon as the event is over, this is so key, you guys, follow up, being tight is so key. As soon as the event ends, let's say it starts at 7, ends at 7:45. So at 7:50, you're going to text saying, I'm so glad you were on. In the next 24 hours, or can you talk? I might just say right then, can you talk? I'm so excited, and get her feedback. Don't come across too crazy, too strong, too high energy, because you might freak her out because us Mary Kay people sometimes get a little excited. And sometimes people don't know how to handle that, especially people high energy like me. But let's say she listened tonight, and you kind of get the sense that she's interested, but maybe she's a little bit more cautious personality. You might say something on a text like, so glad you listened tonight. What did you think of the speaker? Something kind of like even keel kind of a thing. All you're trying to do is to play volleyball. All you want her to do is text you back. It doesn't really matter what she texts. I just want her to text me back. And she might say, oh, she was great. Okay, well, that doesn't really help you a lot, right? But that might be what she says. So then your comment will be, well, I'd love to ask you a few questions about her and what you thought of the starter options with the $30 e-start and the starter kit. What time tomorrow is best to catch you? Again, always end your text in a question. You're 63% more likely to get a response. And you want it to be neutral, not like, well, I can't wait to sign you up. What time can I call you? Even though you might be thinking that. So again, it's all the tight follow-up. So if she jumps on a virtual event, whether it be a sharing event or a watch party or whatever, you want to have contact with her within 24 hours. It is so, so key, you guys. That 24-hour window, as soon as you bypass that, your odds drop a lot. If you get past the 48-hour window, your odds go from really high of getting a team member, a sale, whatever, down to low. Now, I'm not going to say if it's been 4 days, don't not call them. I'm just saying if you really want to pad the odds in your favor, the 24-hour turnaround is 24 to 48 hours is key. All right. So again, when it comes to sharing the opportunity, give her an incentive, a time limited incentive to watch something or attend something. And then of course, there's the follow-up. Now I'm going to share with you really quick a picture. So Janice Trudar National on her unit page, she has this. Now, it doesn't matter to me, like I said, what tracking form you use, but I would find some tracking form. So the fun thing about this is you just print this out. And it's just a team building layering chart. So you would put everybody that you would love on your team right here. Does she use a product? I might even put on here use or tried. Now that's not required, but I'll tell you, the more they love the product, the closer the product is to their heart, I think the better consultant they make. That's just my personal opinion. So let's say I have down on here, who's the gal that I would love on my team? The gal that I met at my party last night. Hold on. Her name is Shauna. So I'm going to put Shauna's name here. Has she used the product? Yes, it was her second facial last night. Check that off. Was she the hostess? Not yet. Is she a preferred hostess? Not yet. Does she have a team building packet? Not yet. Has she listened to the 5-minute marketing plan? Okay, I sent her a video And so I don't really do team building packets anymore. Well, I do, but anyway, I really want her to watch a video. So I might just write the word video in here, and which video, like Leah Loughlin or consider the possibilities, whatever I'm sending. So I sent her a video last night. I told her I would touch base with her this afternoon because I want to get in front of her. Okay. Did she attend a guest event? Not yet. Have we done a sharing appointment? Not yet. So this is all things to track. What's fun about these is I'm going to put the date over here. And so I might share with 15 people this month. And then I'm going to write up here, May 2021. And then you guys hold on to these, put these in a binder or in a folder somewhere, or scan them if you don't want to have paper. But you guys, you pull these out from 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 3 years ago. Oh my gosh, what a gold mine. These are people you're like, oh, I forgot about her. I forgot about her. What about her? So these are key. And if you ever want to go on a booking blitz and you want to go from 0 to hero on your bookings and booking parties, I immediately go to this list. They know the discount. They're incentivized by a half off shopping spree, and they'll help you. So I use this honestly for that as well. So again, tracking is really, really key. So now let's talk about leads. It takes 7 to 10 touches to connect with a contact with somebody. So when I say that, I mean, yes, literally calling or texting up to 7 times. So each one of those is considered a touch. So when I do an event, let's say I do a fitness festival and I text you as a winner, that's touch 1. As soon as I text you, then I wait 24 to 48 hours and I will text you again. That's touch 2. Then the next day, if I don't hear from you, I'm thinking, well, maybe I got the wrong phone number or something, or maybe she doesn't check text, or maybe it's a landline. I will then make the third touch, which is a voice message. Now, as soon as I leave the voice message, this is key. I text her that says, left you a personal voicemail with a little emoji. That would be number 5. So even though I just sent her a voicemail, there's a super 1-sentence follow-up right after that. Because do you know how many times people will text me, hey, I just left you a voicemail, and it still doesn't show up on my voicemail, sometimes until hours later or the next day. So again, every time you make a touch, you can count that. So it takes 7 to 10 touches to connect with somebody. So please do not give up after you've reached out to people 5 or 6 times. I even had a gal who said, I worked all these booth leads. Not one of these 17 reached out to me. I said, well, how many times did you reach out to them? She goes, 4. And I said, I'll take your list. She goes, why do you want it? And I said, well, if you're going to throw it away, I'll take it. And she goes, why? And she smiled. And I said, because the statistical odds are I'm going to get a lot of yeses because you've already done it 4 times. I've only got to do that extra little bit. So let me show you what I do. As soon as I come home from an event, so I have 2 pages going at all times. One is when I do an event and I put down the name of the event here. This happened to be the Elk Grove Fitness Festival and the date. And these were all the leads that I got for that day. But I also have one that is just my warm chatter when I'm out running around. It's a hot mess page. Hold on a second. And this one looks like this. And so what I do on this one is I write down like where I met them. Like I met this gal at AT&T. This gal was a neighbor that I met when I was walking. I literally was walking and I just took her phone number in my phone. This gal I met at a Special Olympics event. This gal's a chef. I met her at a fundraiser. This gal was at a fun run. So I put down their names and where I met them, and then I reach out. So notice some of these people, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches. I finally booked her. 1, 2, 3. This one only took 5. This one took 4. This one took 2. This one took 1. So you don't know which ones are going to be what, right? So as soon as I come home, let's just say I have them fill out a slip, or I'm out warm chatter meeting people or whatever. I immediately take this slip. You ever lost a slip? Yeah, I've done that. That's embarrassing. And this is like gold. I immediately come home the day of the event. I don't care how tired I am. And I log them all into this sheet. And anything that I wrote about them, like if I took any notes, like this gal I put on here, she was Filipino. She knows about Mary Kay from the Philippines. And her sister for a while did Mary Kay while they lived in the Philippines. And now she lives here. And so I got her information. So I'm going to write that information down way over here where it just has comments. So I know that this tracking sheet was designed for something else and it didn't have a little diagonal line. So I just edited it because I wanted to. So here it says, day 1 contact, day 4, day 7, just ignore all those. I just use these as 1 contact, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's enough spaces for me to try to connect with somebody 8 times. Does that make sense? Each triangle is 1. Okay, you guys, don't get hung up on the form. It doesn't matter what form you use. All right. My point is, though, as soon as you get home, if it takes 7 touches, as soon as you get home from an event, or as soon as I meet somebody, I bring in, oh my gosh, you guys should see this stuff. I bring in their business card that I've written all over, and I promised this lady a microderm sample. So the second I get home, I transfer her onto this sheet. Then I don't have to worry about losing her card. There's also an app you can use that you can take a picture of the card and file the card if you don't want to keep cards. And I'm going to text her. But again, you want to have some way. So this is my way this is how I track leads. Again, whatever system you want to have is totally up to you. Here's a couple key points. So you want to jot these down. As soon as you book her for whether it be a facial or a party, contact every 48 hours to 72 hours is key. So every 2 to 3 days, if her party's not for 2 weeks, trust me, because this bit me in the butt last week when I got busy and I didn't call these 2 hostesses, their parties went to single facials. My bad, not their problem. That was mine. That was on me. I will take full ownership for that because honestly, I had 13 parties in my book. So the ones that were at the tail end, I didn't coach them as strong as I coached the first 8 or 9. And so by the time it doesn't matter why I did it. I goofed up and you learn from that, right? So as soon as you book her, so let's say today's Friday, I book her, I'm going to send her invitation today and a sample text of how to do it. That's a whole nother class. So once she gets that text, so today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to probably reach out to her Sunday night or Monday and just say, looking forward to getting RSVPs from your party. Your packet's on its way. Did you send out the invite? Something like that, something really short. And so again, your packet's on its way. That's what I usually would send. Your packet's on your way. Have you gotten any RSVPs? So I do that usually within 48 hours of them getting their invite, because sometimes they might go, oh, I've been so busy with my kids, I forgot to send it out. That's happened before. Okay, then 2 or 3 days go by and I'm going to say to her, thinking of you, looking forward to your party. And then I'm going to send her another one. So it's, again, keeping her engaged. And then I'll send her a copy. This is important. Give her a copy of the lookbook, the digital one, and say, start making your wish list for your $100 shopping spree at half off. Or have you started making a wish list of what you would love to have? And so they might go, no, I didn't even think about that. I'm going to make a wish list. Again, it's keeping your hostess engaged and excited. It's just in follow-up. So whether you want to take these sheets are a disaster. Whether you want to take your skincare party and keep track of when you text her or how you want to do it, it doesn't matter what your system is, just have a system. Try different things. Try using 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. Try using whatever you want. All right. So you want to keep in touch with her every 2 to 3 days till the day of her party. After the party, there is that window where they are excited. I will tell you, if you close everybody within your first 40 hours, your sales are going to be so much higher than if you close them a week or 2 later. Seriously. And if you can close them within 24 hours, that is ideal. So now what I'm doing is while they're on the screen, before they all say goodbye, and I did this last night, I said, by the way, you guys, when you text me a picture of your hashtag party board, please write underneath on the bottom where it says either free or me, just write what time tomorrow is best for me to call you or connect with you. Or if you want me to do it tonight, since it's still early, put down there just the word tonight. And I will reach out to you because I want to have a private consultation with each of you. Again, you're just doing a quick follow-up. Okay, so then follow up after PCP. You have your customers getting a catalog. Hold on. You pay the company money, right? Good money to send out a catalog from you with a free sample. Well, you guys, you don't wait for them to call you and say they love the sample. That's not their job. That's your job. Sending this out and not following up is like a server presenting you with a menu and never coming to take your order. Does that not frustrate you in a restaurant when you go, could they just come by and see what I want? That's exactly what your customers are thinking. Can she just call me and see what I want? So the week that you know the PCP mailing is going out, I actually take just a picture of this off of Mary Kay in Touch and I text it out. Did this arrive yet? I can't wait for you to get it. That's the whole text. All right. Say, I can't wait for you to get this. Did it arrive yet? You always want to end in a question. And then they're going to go, yeah, it arrived. And then I'm going to say, did you love the sample on page 3? Okay. The under eye instant puffing. They didn't even open it. And they've gone, no, I didn't know there was a sample inside. You know why? They haven't even opened it. It's on their kitchen table. So again, it's all in the follow-up. So you guys, it is truly, that's really, really key. So you're going to want to follow up after PCP, after they attend a virtual event. If they are on one of our Wednesday watch parties, it is key for you to text them the night of the event. Something short, something sweet that ends in a question. So glad you were on tonight. What was your favorite product? Simple, short, concise. You want to track that. Does that make sense? You could even take a page like this. This would actually be a great idea I just thought of, and put on here on the top of it, virtual events for May. And every time somebody jumps on one of our watch parties, you could list them and make sure that you're just following up with them. Okay. Now I want to show you one other thing. When you have a couple options. Once somebody is facialed by you and they try the product and they buy anything, Mary Kay allows you to set up a reminder, and it's the 2 + 2 + 2. So you're going to want to jot this down. That means within 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months, you want to reach out to them. Why is the 2-day call important? Especially if they spend, I just had a customer spend about $460. She got repair and a bunch of other stuff, right? I want to call her. That 2-day call is so important, you guys. I don't care if they bought a mascara. That 2-day call is important. And the call is going to be the same, whether she bought a mascara or she spent $450 with you. I'm going to call her and say, Angie, it's Diane with Mary Kay. Are you in love with your mascara? And if she goes, yeah, I am, it's great. Or she goes, no, I haven't tried it yet. And I say, oh my gosh, are you going to try it tomorrow? I can't wait to see what you think. And remember, I've got all the samples. And if you want to jump on another virtual event, I'm scheduling those, or you can book her for a party or whatever you want to do. But that 48-hour call, here's why it's key. It makes you referable. It makes her think, oh my gosh, if anybody needs a Mary Kay girl, I'm going to refer them to Diane because she's going to do a great job. Okay. Here's what else it does is it allows you to plant the seed. And I would say to this person, I'd say to Lindsay, Lindsay, you know what? And I said this at my party last night. I said, I want you to know that you have me to help take care of your skin for the rest of your life. So next time you're near a mall and you see a Sephora, or you see Ulta, or you see Nordstrom's, or you see Walmart, or you see Target, or you see anyone that sells skincare or makeup, you're going to keep walking, because I want you to think, why would I stop in there? I have Diane. I don't need that. She gives me 100% satisfaction guarantee. She remembers the month of my birthday. She's going to take great care of me, and she will exchange everything and anything if I don't love it. So you guys, you get me for life. And I literally said that, and they all kind of go, oh my gosh, do you know how much product I've bought from stores and don't like it? And I said, yeah, you and a lot of other people. So again, that follow-up is so important. So here's the deal. It doesn't matter what your follow-up was prior to today. Well, it matters, but there's nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is your follow-up from today forward. That's what's key, is what are you going to do starting today? So you've got a couple areas you're going to be tracking. Sharing the opportunity. Have they come to something? I would print out Janice's tracking sheet, because that sheet for me is a great visual. Maybe put a couple of them on a clipboard. I just think those are great reminders. You're also going to look at your follow-up on leads. When you're getting leads, where are you putting them? How many times are you how many times are you reaching out to them? And I will tell you, some of these leads are from an event back in end of March. Okay, this is the very end of May. Some of these people that are not highlighted in lime green did not book with me. Okay, now if, by the way, if leads come together, let's say this is like 2 friends, I only pick one of them to contact for booking a party. And so I'll mark which one I've contacted. But if they're not outlined in green, that means they didn't book a party yet or respond to me. So I'm going to go back. What have I got to lose? I said, hey, I still have your certificate that you won 2 months ago. How are you? Again, I'm just trying to get them to respond to me. So in closing, I do want you to know, if you would like to set up some alerts, that's what I would suggest. You can do a couple things. So let's say I sell this lady, Linda, a skincare set today. Okay. I'm going to go into the My Customer app, and I am going to, well, let me just screen share this really quick. Give me one quick second to click on the correct thing. All right. So this is one of my customers. I don't want to show you her name and number or anything. I don't want to mess up her privacy. Oh my God, her name and number is all over this whole thing. Well, you guys, please don't contact her. Anyway, so she ordered product, right? And I had it direct shipped to her. But down here at the very, very bottom of her thing, it has follow-up. See down here at the bottom, it says 511, 523, and 79. So when you're creating a new customer and you go in to fill all this out at the very, very bottom, and again, I would always suggest you put in their birthdays. The very bottom, it'll ask you if you want to set up alerts. I also tag them by what they do. So I will set up a tag that says like repair. See how it says repair, or if they're on the retinol clinical solutions or whatever. And that just helps you be reminder. But at the bottom of this, once you fill this out, it'll allow you to pick a reminder once this is set up. It doesn't show it right now, but it does. And you can click on the 2-day, 2-week, and 2-month. Now, here's the deal. That's helpful. But if you don't go check it, then it doesn't make any difference. So in other words, that means that when you see this action item button right here on your website, on your Mary Kay in Touch, you need to click on that and it'll tell you which customers to follow up with. Okay. You can also find it under here. So I don't know about you, but unless I get some kind of an alert, I'm not going to always remember to check that. So there's a couple things you could, if you use Google Calendar, you can go into Google Calendar. I would type this lady's name, Linda's name in there, and I'm going to go to 2 days from right now, and I'm going to type in contact Linda, and I might just do like I'll probably put next to it. I usually put 2D for, that's my 2-day reminder, is to contact Linda Masoli. And then I'll just put 2D for the 2-day one. Then I'm going to skip ahead on my Google Calendar and put her in the 2-week. And then I'm going to skip ahead and do the 2-month, just so she's in there. What it'll do, it'll send me a Google alert. It'll say, oh, today you're supposed to contact Linda Masoli. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because then it's already done. So you can either go to Google Calendars and do it. You can totally use the Mary Kay system if you remember to check your action items. There's also an app or 2 that you can use. There's probably way more than 2 that'll alert you to stuff. I know Calendly, some of the calendar ones do it. So if you've got one that has some kind of an alert that'll let you know, that's great. One of the things I started doing is I went and got a folder that doesn't look like anything else in my office. It's this crazy red and black, like everything in my office is like not like this. And so this is my like alert kind of thing. So the second I facial somebody or they purchase product for the first time, they go in here. And every morning when I walk into my office, I look in here first. I already did what I needed to do today. But if there's somebody in here, like who was in here was this gal who doesn't want a facial. She's too busy. She just has a credit card. She wants a bunch of products. So she ordered from me $210 of product. Haven't been able to get a hold of her. So I've sent her texts. I've sent her voicemails. Haven't heard from her. So today, because I've literally tried 3 times, I went ahead and left another voice message and texted her as soon as I left the voice message. And she finally responded saying, I'm loving everything. I'm just super busy. I get it. I'm just glad she loves everything. So again, now I move her out of this folder because until I hear from him, I'm on this, right? And now I can put this into my electronic system. So follow up is key. Have a way to track. And if you have dropped the ball on somebody, here's the deal. If you don't contact them, they're for sure going to go somewhere else. But if you reach out to them, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, Evelyn, this is Diane with Mary Kay. I owe you a huge apology. I know that you got the skincare back right before the holidays, and I don't know how this happened, but you fell through the cracks. And I would love to offer you, I would love to know, first of all, are you still washing your face with Mary Kay? And I would love to offer you a free lipstick just to include, just to send you a gift of letting you know that if you don't already have another Mary Kay person, I'd love to take care of you, or something kind of like a peace offering type of thing, because you can get them all back. And that's truly, it's about that connection. So you guys, I hope this has been helpful. Please make sure you have the follow-up, set up a system or do something so you've got a way to track all this. All right. Have a great day.